Hey guys, it's Caleb. This is a preview of an episode that Alex, June, and I did with a friend of the show, Johnny, aka Dr. Venkman, who you may know from the Hard Times or just hanging out in our Discord server. Just launched a new podcast called The Culture Dumpster. This is the first half of it. We'll link you to Johnny's feed at the show notes here. If you like it, check it out.
What's posting? I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it. I don't know.
We have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. I came in.
I'm thinking it's Praxis.
Wait, if we can post, could Bernie still win?
Yeah. You just need to Pokemon posts online.
To the polls. Pokemon post to the White House. Jesus Christ.
So that's as good as a place I need to start. Welcome to Culture Jumpster. I'm Johnny Amizich, your host, and joining me today for the very first episode of this podcast are the hosts of the very fabulous Western Kabuki podcast. I have with me June. Hello, June.
Hello. I love to post. I enjoy posting. I love posting. Posting is really good.
Very good. That is related to the topic about which we will be discussing.
I love posting.
Also, Alex. Hi, Alex.
Hey, how's it going? I am indifferent to posting.
Yeah.
I don't do it like a million times a day in a really unhealthy sort of symbiotic relationship with attention. I'm all good. I'm normal.
I believe you. I believe you fully. And then finally, Caleb.
Yeah, bored to work, forced to post.
That's right.
I salute you. I'm doing a salute. I'm saluting to you, brother in arms.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all so much for joining me for this very first episode of this new podcast. As the name implies, I'll be tackling a variety of cultural issues, topics, kind of digging through the trash of the internet and pop culture, politics, what have you. Basically anything that I find interesting and want to talk about, I will find a guest to sit there and listen to me talk at them, or I'll find people to talk to.
This is your podcast, but let me tell you, the internet is it's the biggest pile of trash, dumpster heap, piece of shit we've ever witnessed, humanity has ever created, and I love it. I can't get enough of this fucking trash. I dig it through the dumpster, I'm like, ooh, there's like a half-eaten apple there. That's like a treat. That's something tasty. It's a morsel.
Do you guys remember before 2016 when it didn't feel so terrible?
Kinda, yeah. It's like.
I do, yeah.
There's a rosy hue. Donald Trump was just this funny guy that I saw yell at other Republicans on stage. Before that, he was the guy that yelled at people on TV.
And I still do think his greatest moment was when he called out Marco Rubio for drinking water too much.
Oh, yeah.
That was
he really got his ass.
Yes. And actually, the topic today, not unrelated to our current premier and God Emperor Trump, the man who posted his way to the White House. And today we're going to be talking about the art of shitposting. And so that is why I've gathered the Western Kabuki folks here, because they are some of the
back in White House, brother.
We're basically a show about posting and posts and the internet. Yeah.
You are. You do deep research and you give the most official and authoritative coverage on the matter. And before we dive in here, I just want to dedicate this episode to our friend and neighbor Cat Turd, who I know was recently hospitalized with an impacted bowel.
Yeah,
I was checked his feed today
on that.
I looked at his feed today. He's back at it. He's posting.
He's back at it in the hospital. He's got another bowel situation. Yeah.
She dictates it to his nurse, and she posts it for him.
I like the idea that Cat Turd is basically like the Jair Bolsonaro, but like specifically for bowel problems, like Jair Bolsonaro.
Yeah. I like to imagine like the Hector Salamanca in Breaking Bad, where he has the nurse like running her finger across the page of letters, and he has to ring his bell.
Yeah. It's while he's straining to shove this impacted turd out of his butt.
Shit, wait, does that mean that he's going to betray Donald Trump? Like Trump's going to visit him and he's going to have like a big fart or something?
I mean, the thing is, like, unless you're really sick, like, unless you have a condition, or if you have like impacted bowel problems, it's because you like eat only meat and never drink water.
That's what he does. That's what he did. You saw that, right? Where he was like,
no,
I hate vegetables. No, like people went digging through his old posts and was like, vegetables are for losers, sissies. I don't eat fiber. I get next to zero fiber. And everyone was like, bro, you're going to get colon cancer you freak.
I eat ribeye and I drink Jack Daniels. That's how I live my life. So I'd like to start by asking each of you, what is a shitpost definitionally to you? Does it have to have prerequisites? Should there be underlying intent? Are you just firing blindly into the ether?
I mean, like,
do you want some kind of response? Or
do you want like a kind of serious answer on this?
yeah, I do actually.
Okay, because like I don't know, man. I'm talking on my ass here a little bit, but like I've always kind of like seen the evolution of shit posting through like the advent of like weird Twitter that came out of like something awful forums and stuff like that.com was like kind of akin to like the Dadaist art movement, where like it was a complete repudiation of like, I guess, power structures in a way. If you look at some of the early stuff that people were doing on early weird Twitter, like a lot of people just think it was like, oh, epic, random, whimsical stuff. But that was in the same way that it kind of mirrors the Dadaist art movement. There's like the surrealists who kind of like aped the aesthetic in the same ways that like all of a sudden Wendy's, the hamburger store, is posting like surrealist humor or something like that.
Yeah.
That Dolly like aped the Dadaist aesthetic.
Yeah,
I never thought about it that way. So it's like you're saying that like as humor, as social media grew and like everyone could have their like own voice. I hate saying it specifically that way, but like everyone has their own voice, like a decentralized comedy. Is that like sort of?
Yeah,
what you
I mean,
mean by
look
that?
at like what
like
the
Bitcoin.
Dadaist movement was. It was like a direct fuck you to like kind of power structures that like, so to get like whatever about it is like the people that survived in the generation after like the First World War, all the, I guess, the aristocracy that subjected them to all this horrific shit. So the Dadaist art movement would like go after all their sacred cows, make fun of their art. That's why the Mona Lisa has the mustache. That's why they made the urinal that all the Republicans get mad at.
Oh, yeah, I love that one. I love that one so much because of that.
I saw
Right.
that. I went to San Francisco MoMA last year while I
Mhm.
was out there for work, and I saw the urinal that I learned about in my art history class. in
Yeah.
my
Would
college.
that banana that's duct taped to the wall, would that be considered in the same vein?
You did exactly the same.
Okay. I'm learning a lot about you. I didn't know you knew about like art history movements.
Yeah,
this is brand new information to
the
me.
most that's the most serious answer. I didn't expect to get that serious of a response from such a silly
Good, 'cause I
topic.
just
Yeah, I don't
completely
know what
blew
I don't know
my
what
mind.
Caleb's talking about. I literally just close my eyes and type.
Okay.
Press.
Yeah, I think that like with art, any art, each artist or poster in this case will have their own style and strategy, methodology to it. It's also interesting to see, like, for people like us who have been on the internet for, long enough to see it change. It's almost like there's this fossil record where, like, the further you get away from, like, the first, like, chat rooms and places for people to post online, it almost creates this, like, fossil record of perverts as they, like, spread across the internet. And it's like, on the Galapagos Islands, how there were, like, finches that would develop to eat certain kinds of nut and stuff. You have different kind of perverts popping up as they have communities that they can engage with and get pushed out of the communities that they tried to be a part of. And they're like, you're a little too weird for us. You need to go over here. But what about, like, intent? Like, do you think a true shit poster has an intent with what they're posting? Because there are accidental shit posters, I think, that we're going to talk about a little later. Like June, Caleb, Alex, whenever you are getting her to write something, I know, Alex, you said you just kind of type blindly. Like, is there a response that you're hoping to elicit, or you're like, this is just kind of funny, I'm going to put it out here?
I mean, saying that I just type blindly is a bit of an oversimplification.
Yes.
But I don't have a drafts folder, is I guess how I would say it. When I say something, it's out there. There's no like, I'm going to sit on this and let it marinate. I'm going to make this better. That doesn't happen for me.
Okay. Because I do that. I have a notes folder with, like, hard drive headline ideas and, like, potential tweet ideas that I'm like, okay, I don't know if this is ready to be unleashed. But then I'll have something that, like, I just fire off at the hip and it gets, like, a huge response. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I put, like, zero effort into this and I'm being rewarded for my...
See, that's the thing is, like, that's my, like, the same experience that I've had where I'll have like a drafted idea that I think I'm like, oh, I like nailed this. Like, this is like so clever. It's like so whatever. And, it's like, it did well. But then, like, just to use an example of like a shit post that was sort of an accident, like, not so far as in like I knew I was like making a shit post, but like when I did like fucking the Kanye West Goblin Mode thing, I it just came off of a whim, you know, like I just was like, I was ill in bed, or like I forget, I think I was like, I had COVID, and I was just like, this word would be funny at the end of this sentence. Like,
I just,
you know, like it just came to me on a whim.
Yeah.
I didn't plan that.
I talked about going Goblin Mode a couple days ago with some friends in a group chat that I know for a fact only learned about it symbiotically, because neither of them are really online at all compared to me. And so it's just weird to see things like that like bleed out into the, you know, the normal people in our lives.
It was like big on TikTok, like that phrase after a minute. And then like I went on Facebook a little bit like after the dust settled around that specific moment. And one of my friends who just had a baby shirt on his child that said something like, I'm going Goblin Mode. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Did you ask for royalties?
Yeah,
for
dude,
that?
you needed to copyright that shit, June.
It's too late. It was too late to copyright that shit. It was way too late. But no, I think that basically was like I was saying, like sometimes like the algorithm is a mystery. It's a lot of it's due to like just being in the right moment at the right time, the right timing on doing something, the right length of characters, the right whatever. Like who fucking knows? Like it's a fucking mystery. And that's why like as I've kind of shifted more to Blue Sky, I don't really shitpost in the same way. Like I don't know. I feel like I don't shitpost as much different, because like in the past, I think you asked about intent and like if you wanted like something to come across. I guess when I was like more on Twitter, it felt more like there was all sorts of different people there. So I would, you know, post stuff on there to elicit a reaction from like right wingers or like some like liberals or like just whatever group I had in mind. But I don't like I love Blue Sky, but let's be real, it's like kind of lib pilled. It's like hyper lib central.
I don't know what happened, but I got added to a couple of starter packs that seem to be primarily followed by the most libbed out libs. And I'm like, if you see the things that I am posting, like, and I will, like every time I say something, I notice I lose a couple of followers.
Hell yeah.
That no doubt found me from there. That are like, wait a minute, this guy's not as cool as I thought. Yeah.
Many such cases. Yeah. But I guess that's what I was, like, I don't know. Audience does change. I think what most people will say online. I think if there's a growing audience of, let's say, Twitter fascists under Elon Musk, people get more insane, or like pre that moment, I think everyone was like a little bit more lefty, like / liberal pills. The internet is like a wave, you know, nothing is set in stone.
Always changing, always evolving. I think so. Just as an example of that, for me, I had without a doubt like the most hit tweet I have ever had through hard drive, because I post on their account sometimes. Again, it was all I did was just recap the post of Elon responding to someone saying that they've never played any of the GTA games.
I saw this, yeah.
And I just wrote, RDR2 let you kill people in the KKK, just couldn't do it. And he was responding to I love Hitler. And I was like, I just fired that off, like just, I wasn't even thinking about it. And then I made another one the next day, and I named someone Boris the Spider, and I was like, that's good. And that did not get nearly the same amount of love. And I was like, what do you people want from me? So, yeah. Okay, I think we've covered what qualifies as a shitpost.
I think what I'm going to say is I think Caleb had the best definition.
He
cut everything I said and leave his answer in.
No, I can't do that because I need the content.
Too, because like I really can't think of like I went through and I actually unprivated my x.com, the everything at Blaze Your Glory, so I could see like my whatever, because if you look at it incognito, you can see like your biggest post or something. And all mine are really just making fun of myself that like get like 100,000 likes or whatever. Like the one that I saw that was like somebody like was gifted like a Tinder gift card, and I said, if somebody gave me this, I would kill myself in an Applebee's parking lot.
Yeah.
There's fucking Tinder gift cards. What, do you go to like Walgreens and pick that up?
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. I don't know. Yeah, that is fucking. If somebody gifted me that, I would drive to Applebee's and I would shoot myself there.
You look like you need this.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I don't know. Like I'm just being a silly guy. Usually I'm making fun of somebody, and that somebody's myself. But oftentimes it's a political or
gamer.
whatever authority. Yeah, we're gamers, obviously.
Shout out to Yorch Torch.
This is Yorch
My best
Gamers. This is a bit of an aside, unrelated, but Caleb, my favorite post just ever I've seen of yours was the one, I think it was How I Found You originally years ago, was that like I forget where you posted this, but you posted something about like a Switch, and like it was like on eBay or something, and like a bunch of people like
I've been doing that for fucking years. So it's very funny because I was doing that for years and I just never really posted it because it was just like my little secret that I was doing for fun. So what I would do is like every time there was like a new console or whatever it was, something that all the dickheads would go and buy and then try and scalp, I would go into like OfferUp or whatever, and I would just like, I would just try and get them all to like drive as far as I could, or like to get them to all go to the same place at the same time or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's what I did with that Switch one, is I got like, fuck, I don't remember how many, because that thread, I ended up just kept updating it for a while before it got stale, but I got like 10 of them at the same place at the same time, and it was really fucking funny because they're like, we figured it out, dumbass. You're not as smart as you think you are. Yeah. You guys put your heads together and you figured it out. You guys sure got me.
God, oh my God, that's beautiful. I love that.
Like I don't know, that's like
If a friend is like sad, I'll do that to like cheer them up or whatever. Like outside their work, I'm like, tell them the guy, like, honk your horn, and I'll text my friend, like, listen, there's some asshole out there honking their horn trying to sell like a Bitcoin mining rig or whatever it is, you know.
Like I don't know, that's just one of the funniest bits ever.
Oh
in my opinion.
God,
I'm fucking crying. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh man,
I have had so many people threaten to kill me. Like I had a guy.
Can't imagine why.
It's like wasting their time.
You sit them 2 counties over. This is jack off is telling them to honk their horn so he knows they're here.
I don't know why I went after this one guy in particular, because I knew he had a bunch of them, first of all, but also his profile picture at the time was like a Rick and Morty picture. So I was like, fuck this guy. He's got to go.
Deserves it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I sent this guy on probably like 4 or 5 different trips in one day trying to get.
Wait, how did he fall for it after the first? He was like George Bush.
Like,
fool me once.
Yeah, no, I have a bunch of burner accounts, and you know
what? I applaud your commitment to the bit. It's fantastic. This man burned a whole tank of gas trying to sell you a Bitcoin mining rig.
I love the idea that like he shows up to this place, he's like, oh shucks, I got fooled. And then 20 seconds later, he gets a new text
3 times.
Yeah, give him a fooled it again.
Yeah, same gas station, just so fucking funny. I think I was like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Why don't you pick me up some cocktail peps or something like that?
You fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Caleb, you're incredible.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Oh my God. We could just end the show there, honestly.
I'm fucking crying. I need a fucking tissue.
Yeah. Let's talk about some great shit posts across history, shall we?
Please, yeah.
So
that was the first one, was Caleb's thread about tricking people, but now number 2.
Yeah. So I was curious in my very tedious research I did for this subject, just like examples of what might be considered a shit post across history. And I remembered that Benjamin Franklin for years had an ongoing thing where he would say that a man he did not like was dead.
That's a great bit.
Wow. Yeah,
that's a really good
being
bit.
The guy who owns the fucking newspaper and being like, you know what? This fucker's dead. I'm going to post it in the newspaper over and fucking over again. It's absolute psycho shit.
I do think it's astonishing, like, when you look back at history and find moments like that, and it's like, oh, this dude would have loved Twitter. This person would have loved forums.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Shakespeare would have slayed on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all have the Google Doc with the outline? Because I had some quotes I was going to ask each of you to read off.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let me pull it up.
Let me bring it up.
While we're pulling up, I just wanted to throw out, just as another historical personal favorite of mine, is Soren Kierkegaard, the kind of proto-existentialist philosopher, had a lifelong blood feud with a newspaper called The Corsair, and would just constantly post like letters to the editor and op-eds, basically just like talking shit about this newspaper or about the media in general. And he would do it in very funny ways where he was like excessively like praising them in a very facetious way and would trick them into publishing his own thing. And he did this his entire life. He beefed with this one newspaper. And I'm like, okay,
That's great.
Kierkegaard would have fucking loved Twitter.
That reminds me. I think Lenin shit on The Economist magazine, or was it Stalin? It was like either Stalin or Lenin were like, this is like a big piece of shit. This newspaper fucking sucks.
That sounds. I've read half of a Lenin biography. That sounds like a thing that he might do.
I think it was Lenin. I think so.
If you ever get a chance, you should take a look at the letters written by Rod Serling that have been around, because they're all just him being like, it doesn't matter who he's talking to. He's just like, you're a fucking idiot. I can't believe how unbelievably stupid you are to think that I want anything to do with you. It's like anytime someone, like, there's one in particular where someone claims that he plagiarized a Twilight Zone episode, and he's just like, you're such a buffoon. I cannot believe how beneath me you are, you pathetic worm. He's like such a prick in a way that I'm like, God, he would have been so fucking fun to hang out with. He was such like a bitchy queen. He was so cunty.
I see, like, they say shit like this. They were bold. Sometimes I'm scared, like, oh, I might be too mean. I might be being too mean. Unless it's like a fascist, of course, I don't care. But like sometimes I'm in a beef, I'm like, oh, I'm being a little rude. But these people were just like telling each other, kill yourself, like in like the 1800s.
So, I'm gonna read one of the quotes here that Benjamin Franklin put in Poor Richard's Almanac. So he did the first year. It's too long. I'm not going to read all that. But the second year, he kept up the gag. He said, I say, having received much abuse from the ghost of Titan Leeds, who pretends to be still living, and to write almanacs in spite of me and my predictions, I cannot help saying that though I take it patiently, I take it very unkindly.
That's fucking
And then he did it again in 1736. So he, you know what? He did a lot of fucking, and he did a lot of shit posting.
The only two things worth a damn.
That's right. If he saw what America was now, I'm pretty sure that he would just blow his brains out. So I also I remembered that there's a collection of graffiti around Pompeii.
Yep.
That has been preserved, and a lot of it is in like toilets and
like
public
the
restrooms.
Same thing you find. It's remarkable. The same thing that you find on like a construction site, like porta potty that's scratched on there, is like the same. It's like throughout history. It's crazy how similar it is.
Yeah, humans, we pretend that we're like so elevated these days.
We're not.
We're so modern. We have new sensibilities. No, we've literally not evolved at all.
We're the first forums, dude.
That's true. Caleb, would you like to read the first one of these bulleted?
Very quickly, there is this, the first piece of graffiti, or the first like recorded piece of graffiti is it's from ancient Rome, and it's like it's Jesus crucified, but he has a horse's head or a donkey's head. And it's and it's making fun of a dude named Alexamenos. It's just like, and the caption says Alexamenos worshiping his god, and it's like Jesus with a horse's head.
God,
pretty
get his
fucking
ass.
Brutal.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's actually insane for that time, and specifically that topic in that country. Holy fuck!
Oh my God.
Yeah, the first one on here is, again, toilet wall.
So I just want to say, this is my first exposure to any of this. I didn't know this was a thing. I'm so excited.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. This one is crazy to me for reasons I'll get to in a second. But to the one defecating here, beware of the curse. If you look down on this curse, may have an angry Jupiter for an enemy. And that's remarkable to me, because I, in the last year or two, have continuously made people mad enough at me to send various curses and hexes to me. Like, through like football Twitter, or just like the other day on Blue Sky when I was talking about Elon Musk knocking up Ashley St. Clair. I didn't know that they did the IVF thing yet. That hadn't come out. So I posted, I was like, do you think he does like the yippee X jump when he comes in women? Everyone got so mad at me for saying that I literally had somebody like, write out a curse for me, and that had happened again to a New York Jets fan.
What could have possibly been the reason? Why? Was it like a right winger? There's like no right wingers on Blue Sky.
They just were mad that I made them think about Elon Musk going yippee.
Did you see? And he also goes USA while he's doing it.
Yeah. He says, blaze your glory, as he does the X jump and bust.
We're not here to talk about Elon Musk's coming habits, but I feel like
you're not. I am.
Well, okay,
I organized this for.
I think, let's take a bet. Over under. He's come he has 13 kids, or maybe 14. He's only conceived of one of those with traditional sex once. The rest are IVF.
Well, there was that rumor that was going around that he had like some sort of like Bosch penile implant. And
I thought his dick got bonered up.
Yeah.
I read also. So when that, I thread of someone talking about like that happening to people, like implants ruining their dick, and I didn't realize that was like an adjacent conversation because that's the theory with Elon Musk. I didn't realize that.
I'm going to be so real with you. I didn't realize that penis implants existed.
See, I didn't either.
Yeah.
I didn't either. This was new information to me. I was like, oh, interesting.
That was some sci-fi bullshit.
Turned his dick into a weird like egg dick that he had. Yeah,
isn't that like Epstein? Like
yeah, Epstein thing. So
he walked in as like, give me the Epstein.
Yeah,
Alex, would you like to read the next one of these quotes here, please?
Yeah, give me a second. I have that open on my phone. Shit posters. Where are they?
Shit posters.
Oh, here it is. Here we go. I don't know how to pronounce this name. I think it's Chai. I hope your hemorrhoids rub together so much they hurt worse than when they ever have before.
Get their ass. Hell yes.
Yeah, that's like straight from like a construction site.
Yeah. Yeah.
Misspelling and everything.
Yeah, Bill, I know that you ate my leftover lasagna. I hope your hemorrhoids rupture, you prick. I read stuff. I worked construction for a year in an oil refinery, and I definitely read some stuff like that on the Port of John walls.
I mean, like a lot of it is just like the N-word or like swastikas or whatever, but like there is some actual like interesting and funny things that go on there. Poems are common.
Yeah. Came to shit, but here I sit so brokenhearted, came to shit, but only farted. It's classic.
That's beautiful. That's really poetic.
June, tell you what, you can read the next two because the next one's really short.
Yay. Okay. So the first one is, I have buggered men. That's, that's very British of them to say that. That's like that's literally feels like a fucking Brit said that one. And then the second one, weep, you girls. My penis has given you up. Now it penetrates men's behinds. Goodbye, wondrous femininity. Oh my God. I like this guy. This guy rocks.
Yeah, maybe that's the same person.
I think maybe. Dude, oh my God.
They're a little hesitant about it first. But
I don't think I've ever seen a cooler way to come out as gay.
Yeah, that's the first as a New Yorker I am gay ever in recorded history.
Yeah, because not only is it like I'm coming out as gay, I wanna fuck dudes, but also like he's like, fuck you, my wife or whatever, or whoever it was.
Still
like,
got the bitch wife in there.
Yeah, people were always talking about their bitch wives.
Yeah,
a constant throughout all of humanity.
Same as it ever was.
There's like cave drawings, like we're gonna like go through a cave, and there's gonna be like my bitch wife,
Ug's bitch wife,
Grug. All right, go on.
Restituta. Take off your tunic, please, and show us your hairy privates.
Jesus Christ.
Caleb, we've got two left.
Yeah, sure. My lusty son, with how many women have you had sexual relations?
It's just a concerned parent.
Yeah.
Aw.
Getting the talk.
Yeah, are they not speaking? Is that why they have to ask him in the public restroom?
I think so.
Finally.
That's like that dude. Do you remember that dude that like invested in all sorts of crypto and was like a TikTok crypto dancer, like a Bitcoin dancer, and he was like trying to reach out to his daughter?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Break dancer.
Yeah, the break dancer. Yeah, this is like the same thing. This is the same guy.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, he just abandoned us to go start his breakdancing career at like
when he was like 40 and his knees were both shot.
I totally forgot about that dude until just now. I want to check in on him. I need to see where he's at. I want to know how his career is doing.
I'm sure he's
really
loving
good.
His life right now.
He's probably really good.
He's probably been appointed to the Trump administration, for being honest.
Oh, he's a pedophile. Shit. Yeah.
He's definitely in the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Alex, can you read the last one for us?
Happily. Vote for Isidorus for Aidali. He licks cunts the best.
Jesus Christ. Democracy in action.
That's right.
That's it's kind of like Trump's campaign, honestly.
Yeah. There's too many parallels to today. This is kind of disturbing. You didn't just make these up right now? Like, this is real?
This came from a historical website.
Fuck.